Assalamu alaikum. Let's continue with the last topic. So we're discussing about the Gauss-Seidel method. How can we use this to find the different voltages? So we finally reached to this conclusion that voltage can be calculated by this equation. So let's try to have some insight about the different iteration. How do we do the different iteration? And what does this R plus 1 R and R plus 1, how they are related to each other, and how do we can use them? So we'll first try to do the first iteration. Let us R is equal to 0. And when we do this, or when we calculate the first iteration, we'll first assume the initial values of the different voltages. The initial value of the different voltages is taken to be the flat voltage profile. It means all the voltage magnitude should be equal to 1 and the angle will be equal to 0. That is 1 plus J0. So for the first iteration, we assume the flat voltage profile, all the voltage are equal to 1 per unit and the angle will be 0. So this is done for all the load buses except slack bus. That is, I will vary from 2, 3 up to n, because for slack bus we assume it is a reference. That means its angle will be automatically 0 in every case. So its magnitude will be preferably equal to 1 for the slack bus when I is equal to 1. So here for the load bus system, for this type of system where we have load buses from I is equal to n, we have to calculate voltage for the load buses, that is for V2, V3 up to Vn. We'll first calculate this first iteration, all the voltages. That means for R is equal to 0 and R is equal to 0, this will be in I is equal to 2. I is equal to 2, R is equal to 0, it will be V21, I2, R0, it will be V21. Then 1 by Y22, this is P2 minus GQ2, V2. V2 0 star, it will take its initial value minus V1 Y11, it will be constant value V1. Here it will not be V2 because V2 in the equation we have taken it to the left side, that is VII. VI. That's why here V2 will not come. So it will be V3 naught, that is R over here. This term will not be here because I here itself is equal to 2. So V4 naught Y14 V up to dash up to Vn not Yn. Not means the initial value. Initial value is this value. I should have written it as like this: V2 naught, V3 naught, V4 naught, Vn naught to be equal to 1 plus G0. I have written V2. It should be, please try to make a correction. It should be V2 naught, that is the initial value, just to represent them, or we can say distinguish them from the final value, because we will write the final values to be like this. So here this term will be absent because here this I is equal to 2 and I minus 1, that is 1, that is constant. It will not be there. You will see what will be its value. So coming to this, when I is equal to 3, this will be V31, or will be equal to this because we are calculating all the voltages for first iteration. So 1 by Y33 P3 minus JQ3 V3 0 star, that is the initial value, minus V1 Y31 minus V2 Y32 minus V4 Y34 dash up to Vn Y. Here you have to see this term will come into picture, this term. Since we have calculated this V2 before this V3, so we can use the V2 updated value of the V2 over here. That's why I haven't used here V2 0. I have used V2 1, which I have calculated in this step. That is what this step, or we can say the term in this equation means, R plus 1. So here we have used the updated value. Here the initial values. If I is equal to 4, it is V4 updated value, that's first iteration value, 1 by Y44 P4 minus JQ4 V4 0 star minus V1. Here it should not be V1 1 because it is a constant value. It will not be the updated value. It should not be 1. You please correct this. V2 1 and V3 1. V3 1 we have calculated. That is up to Vn 0. Similarly for this, In is equal to Vn. That is the first iteration value. 1 by Ynn. Vn minus Jqn. Vn star 0 initial value minus V1. It is also not there 1, not 0 because it's a constant value. And I have placed 1 over y. It is wrong. Or it is also wrong. Please correct this. Here it is correct now. V2 Y2n updated value, we have it should be here 1. it should not be here 1. So V3 1, Y3 and it is not here 1, because V3 also has been calculated, V4 also has been calculated, because it's the last voltage you can see Vn minus 1 over here, and there will not be any V1 because that Vn has been taken to this value. I hope this is understood you. I try to elaborate it. So I will come back to, I will now use the different system. Now the second one is, in the earlier case we assume that we have all the buses are the load buses except the slack bus. Here we will assume that we have some PV buses as well. If we have a system containing both generator buses, that is slack plus PV bus, and a load bus, let the total number of buses be equal to n, and let the total generator bus be equal to m. Generator buses that contain slack bus as well as PV bus, and we will number the slack bus as 1. So the numbering will be like the numbering of the bus. Number 1 will be slack bus, 2 to m will be for PV buses, total number of generator buses will be equal to m, and m plus 1 to n will be PQ buses. I can show it like this: number 1 slack bus, that is this SB, 2, 3 up to m will be PV buses, m plus 1, m plus 2 dash up to n will be PQ buses. So this is how the numbering can be done. So for the bus number 2 to m, Pi and Vi is specified, that is the PV buses. Qi and delta I are to be calculated. For PV buses to remain PV buses, that means they will maintain the voltage V. Qi calculated should be within the specified limit. What does this mean? I have earlier discussed a bit about this. That means the reactive power that we calculate for this PV bus, it should be within the limits that are given. So the first thing to proceed for the PV bus is to calculate the Qi, to see whether the Qi is within the limit or not. If it is not within the limit, we have to consider that bus for that iteration to be PQ bus. So to cross check Qi is calculated from the equation 6. We know that the equation 6 of SLFE, or directly from the equation 4, because one is the equation one is the polar form, another is the rectangular form. I will go back to that, see what is the equation. One is this equation. We can use this equation to calculate this Qi, or we can use this equation to calculate this Qi, whatever be the case. But usually this Gauss-Seidel method, usually most of the time use the rectangular form. Is the rectangular form, we can use this equation to calculate the Qi. So in this case, first we calculate the Qi. Here Qi is equal to imaginary of Vi angle of minus delta, it is Vi star, Y I1. I have you can see separated all the quantities for, this is slack bus, quantities for PV bus, and quantities for the PQ bus. Slack bus, we know that for slack bus J will be equal to 1 for any Qi, I will be as I. So it will be Y I1 V1, it will be slack bus. Similarly for this case, J is equal to 2 to I minus 1, Vij Vj delta J. I will tell you why I have written this as delta J, this delta I. Otherwise sometimes I write it directly as like this, Vij Yj. So since this is for PV buses, because this J runs from 2 to M, this is for PV buses, and we assume, since we are calculating Qi for this PV buses, and the numbering for PV buses 2 to M, and I is here, we are assuming that I is to be between 2 to M. That's why we have used it like this. So for PV buses, V is constant, it will not change, but delta will change. That's why we have shown it like this. V will be specified, it can be 1.03, 1.04, 1.0, whatever be the case, but it will be specified because it's a PV bus. Here also it will be specified, but delta will change for this case. So here it will change to 4, that's why we have written as Vj. Magnitude as well as angle will change, that's why we have used that phasor. So for PV bus to remain the PV bus, we have to calculate first this Qi. We can now understand this from J is equal to 2 to J is equal to M. Here J is equal to I, because we haven't taken any term in between this this side. It is the whole term Qi that is to be equal to this. So for this will be for the PQ bus, Yij, Vj, there will be, as I have told you, it will not change. So 3 cases will arise upon the value of this Qi. We'll be having the first, let us try to make it in that way which we have already calculated. We will be having the updated value up to I minus 1. That I have told you that will be when I is equal to, let us say we have a 10 bus system. 1 will be slack bus, 2 to 4 will be PV bus, and 5 to 10 will be slack bus. Sorry, this PQ bus. If let us say we are calculating QI for the bus fourth, we have already calculated voltages for 2 and 3. So for that 2 and 3, we will be using the updated value, voltages and deltas. So for the PV buses, deltas will be updated up to 2 and 3, and for 4 we have to use the previous value. That is what it means by R plus 1, which I have earlier uh, explained you in an elaborated way. So in that case, QI R plus 1 will be equal to minus, it will be same VI delta I R plus 1, because it is same bus, it will not be updated yet. So Vi1 V1, it will be the constant value, it will not change, minus summation j is equal to I minus 1 up to I minus 1. That I have told you that if we have calculated it, we are calculating QI for bus 4th, 2 and 3 will be updated. So the voltage angles for 2 and 3, in this case PV bus, will be updated. That's why I have written as R plus 1. Up to I to M, it will not be updated, it has to be the previous value, it will be R. So delta will be R. For this case, this will be voltage for 5 to 10, so it will be R, it will not be again updated. So this is an important result. First we have to calculate this voltage as per this relation. Then based on this we have three possible cases. First possible case will be for a PV bus, let us say QI should remain in the reactive power limits. QI will lie between the limits. In that case, the QIR plus 1 will be this. So three possible cases, reactive power is within the limits. So then we have to go for calculation of the delta I. Actually, it is VI. This solution you can see is the VI, and we will get VI at an angle of delta. Delta has to be updated because VI will be constant. VI will not change, and we are using constant value of the VI in every voltage. So delta I R is R1 R plus 1, that is the R plus 1 iteration, will be equal to angle of this 1 by yi pi plus g. And in this case we have to use this value, calculated value of the qi, because qi is not in this case specified. We have to calculate it. Vi at an angle of minus delta I R, because Vi will be constant, minus yi1 v1, this is the slack bus part. Then summation of j is equal to I minus 2 to I minus 1 yi j vj delta I, updated value of this. Similarly for this case, up to, let us say, which I have taken the example for bus 5 to 10, not 5 to 10, sorry, for 4 to 5 it will be yi j vj delta j, it will not be updated, and for this is the load bus. So this is how we can calculate this delta I if the reactive power is within the limit. If it is not within the limits, we have to change this relation like this. Case second, if QIR plus 1 is less than QI minimum, in this case we have to take the ith bus as the load bus. So we have to consider, it will not be now the PV bus, it will be a load bus. And for load bus, since this is less than, we have to take this IR plus 1 is equal to QI minimum. We'll not go beyond this, we'll take it equal to this and assume that this is specified. Then we have to calculate the voltage from equation 9. That is this. Now the voltage will change as well as angle will change. Before that, voltage was constant because it is PV bus. Now it is 1 by YII PI minus JQI minimum. It will be minimum. It will not be now R or something else because it will be constant. VI minus delta R YI1 V1. Similarly for these, this will remain the same as it is. So this will be like this. And when case third, if QIR plus 1 is greater than QI max, then again QIR plus 1 will be taken as QI max, and the ith bus is taken as the load bus for the R plus 1 iteration. Okay, so VIR plus 1 will be equal to 1 by this, but this will also change, only this will change, rest it will remain as it is. So I hope this is clear to you. Now after that, when we have calculated the different iterations for the PV bus, then we have the PQ bus. And PQ bus, we know that PQ bus will be from it will be from m plus 1 to n. So its iteration will be same as that we have done the earlier cases. It will be iteration for the load bus in the above case, that is when I is equal to m plus 1 to n. It has been written over here. So VIR plus 1 will be 1 by II. These will be specified. It will be similar to that of the earlier one. The only thing is that we have to take this value will be updated like we have done in earlier cases. This value will be, all the values of this will be updated values. So you can break this. Oh yeah, we have actually broken this. This will be 2 to m. We have broken this down into two values. Up to m plus 1 to I minus 1, it will be updated value. Up to I to n, it will be previous value. So I hope this is clear to you. This is very simple. Before going into this, you must be quite curious about when do we stop the iteration, because this iteration will go on. It will not, you will see that this will not, there will be some difference between the previous value and the updated value. So we have stopping criteria. The iteration will go on until the stopping criteria will be met. Delta Vi maximum should be less or equal to this epsilon. Epsilon is a small number. It may be 10 raised power minus 6, 10 raised power minus 4, or 10 raised power minus 3. So whatever be the case, delta Vi max is the change in the voltages. Let us say we have voltages I running from 2 to n. If we then find the voltage change and we see what is the maximum voltage change at any bus, that maximum voltage change should be less than this epsilon, and we will stop going the iteration. We say that this is the final value of our voltages, where delta Vi will equal VIR plus 1 minus VIR, and delta Vi max is the highest among all. So this is the stopping criteria which you will be given beforehand, that this delta Vi max should be less than this. One more thing is that acceleration convergence. Since this the convergence of the Gauss-Seidel method is slow because its convergence is linear. It's a mathematical term, what is linear, and you don't have to go there. But it is told that it is linear, and because of its linearity, it is very slow. The convergence depends also on the choice of the slack bus. It means that if we change the choice of the slack bus, the convergence may be affected. Sometimes it may be fast, sometimes it may go worse. It may be slow. So this choice is also important of the slack bus. The convergence is also affected by the number of buses. If the number of buses is increasing, convergence may fail. It may be slow, or it may sometimes do not converge. So the convergence may fail for the high number of buses. And one more thing is that the convergence is also affected the presence of series capacitor. If we have a line which contains the series capacitor, this convergence may also fail because of that. So these are the drawbacks of that. It is very slow. So to speed up this Gauss-Seidel method, convergence and acceleration factor alpha is used, and that is used when we calculate Vi. Then VIR plus 1 will be equal to VIR plus alpha times VIR plus 1 minus Vi. So in this case, we can update it with the value of this relation, and this alpha is taken to be equal to 1.6, and with this relation and with this value of the alpha, this will be accelerated. Okay, I will stop over here. In the next class I will do the numerical, and in that numerical it will be quite easy to understand. I hope all these things are very clear to you.